Recently on Twitter, there's this ongoing conversation on whether a woman, wife or girlfriend should cook for her man. It has been an ongoing conversation for a few days now, even though we kind of talk about it every few months. So this Nigerian toxic feminist called Uloma, who replied to a tweet, right? She replied to a tweet where one guy said, "Why are women so triggered by cooking on Twitter?" Laughing my ass off. And then she replied, "Because not enough men are scared of being poisoned." Did you hear what I said, or should I come again? Because not enough men are scared of being poisoned. If women were seasoning your food with sufficient otapiapia, you wouldn't be here every day fighting for your right to be Esau Pro Max. But it's bare women getting beaten and killed over pap, and you still have mouth to talk. Fools. The usual dumbos are interpreting this tweet as a call for murder. And to shut up, it's a call for murder. The point: if men were getting poisoned for food, they wouldn't be advocating to have women cook for them. Women are getting beaten and killed over cooking, and we are saying we are sick and tired of it. Use your brain. Now, before I get into how nasty of a person you have to be to say something like that, let's talk about the main topic, like the reason why this entire evil trade was created in the first place. Should women cook for their men? Yes, they should. They should. As long as you are a woman in a traditional marriage or relationship, yes, you should. For you to be in a traditional relationship, what that means is you as a woman sort out a man who is capable enough of being responsible for you and your kids, right? That's what you did. If you are in a traditional, it doesn't have to be marriage too. A relationship, right? That means that's what you sort out in that man, right? In the sense that he is responsible for a tangible amount of your finances and protection. That is his role in that relationship or marriage, right? Your role is nurture and care, and this includes cooking. Now, I'm not saying a man can never cook. I'm not saying if you're in a relationship or marriage, he can never step into the kitchen, he can never cook. That is not the point. The point is 70% of the time or 80% of the time, who does the cooking? The answer is the woman. The answer is the girlfriend, right? Because there's always this excuse of, well, we are not married yet, so I can't perform wifely duties. But he's performing husband duties in a relationship. Why wouldn't you do the exact same thing? And how is he going to know that you would perform wifely duties when you guys are dating and courting and he's seen absolutely no signs of it? If you guys are in a modern relationship, which statistically fails, a lot, like it has a very high percentage of failure, right? If you are in that type of modern relationship where you guys are 100% equal, or at least he's brainwashed to believe there's such a thing, right? But you guys are 100% contributing 50-50 in every aspect, financially and otherwise, right? Then sure, you can tell him, if I cook today, you cook tomorrow. Fine, that's absolutely fine. But you cannot be in a traditional relationship or marriage and go on Twitter and be spewing trash. Is it my job? Is it every day? That's dumb, and it's delusional as well. If a woman cooks Monday to Thursday and on Friday she's not feeling good or she's just sad for some reason, right? And she tells her hubby, man, I'm not in the mood. A smart, normal man, right, is going to go into the kitchen and cook up something. His wife is not feeling good. He wants her to feel good. He will cook. But 70 to 80% of the time, we both know whose duty that is. It is kind of the same way that a man might hold the financial burden of the family. But there'll be times when money not today. The wife is going to help him. The wife is going to pay for stuff. The wife is going to financially support in times when he can't do what he has to do. And that is what balance is in a relationship. Balance not be 50-50. Balance is you play your role, I play my role. In times where we are insufficient, we complement each other. Do you understand? That is what it is. It's not this made up crap that is putting men against women and pitting them against. It is dumb. It's absolutely dumb. No woman should be a slave in her relationship or marriage. That should not happen. Do you understand? But the mistake these women are making, and the reason why they're making this mistake is they have seen their aunties, they have seen their mothers, right? Some of them slave in relationships. Some, because they make it seem like it's the majority when it's not. The mistake they're making is thinking the way to combat this is by being masculine with your husband. I've said it so many times that submissive women are the most powerful women in relationships. In empires, hundreds of years ago, where there would be a king making decisions that his subordinates are looking at him and they're like, what is wrong with this person? Those decisions are suspect because there is a puppet master in his room, his wife, literally controlling the kingdom, but using him as a mouthpiece. How does she do that? You think she comes out and takes the place of her husband? And no, if you're a woman, right, and you're trying to exude masculine energy to combat his own masculine energy, it's two things. Either you lose, right? You lose every time when you try that, or the man just takes a back seat and leaves you. He's like, you want to lead, feel free, lead. He will leave you and check out of the relationship, right? Women who have the most control over their husband, women who can make their husbands cook more than themselves in relationships, are submissive women. Are women that will get into his head. Think about this if you're a woman. Think about if you and a man go on a date, right? This is a man that you like so much and you think he could be your husband in the future. And you guys are talking and out of nowhere, he just says something like, I hope you're hard working, because me, if I bring money, you too, you must bring money. You will feel disgusted. Like, this is something that you as a woman, you know that, okay, I'm willing to support my husband. When things are tough, I'll support, I'll chip in. You have this at the back of your mind. When he comes and outrightly says something like, if you don't have your own money, you feel disgusted because subconsciously you still want a man to lead. That is the same way a man will feel turned off when he sees you tweeting stuff like, me cook for my man. It's irritating. It's irritating. It's the same way you feel disgusted when you see a man like doing this whole, if she pays half, I pay half thing. Because Nigerian women, no matter how much they try to, buy into the whole feminist thing, when it comes down, right, to their man not being 100% traditional, they get turned off. They hate it. They do, right? So that is the exact same. I hope women can understand this thing. I'm not saying you should be in a relationship and be enslaved. I'm not saying that if you're sick or if you're just not in the mood, I'll beat this baby. I'm not saying that if you're sick or if you're down or sad or something, that your husband can't support you with domestic chores and everything. He should. And if he's not, you talk to him. Do you understand? He should. But at the same time, understand that it is not his duty. It is not his primary duty. Do you understand? It is not. If you're there's literally statistics that prove that once a woman begins to earn more money, that this is in the West now. Once a woman begins to earn more money than her husband in a marriage, right, the man becomes less attractive, and it also increases the possibility of divorce. Once she begins to earn more money than him, it is so natural for a woman to want to look up to a man that in relationships where she is leading financially, she's absolutely disgusted. Even in Nigeria, women who are in that situation, yes, they might not divorce you, but the man is going to notice this woman no rate me again. Now let us talk about the feminists, Uloma. I'll try my best to, not be too offensive. This girl na winch. That's just now the girl na winch, because if a man, right, was the one who posted on Twitter, right, that he was going to be physically abuse a woman, not awful, because she said off right now, physically abuse, not off. The guy is going to be suspended in 24 hours. He's gone. His account is gone. But there's a veil of innocence that women have. Naturally, women have a veil of innocence. So it kind of gives them, even when they say things like this, it is still human beings, not just women, both men and women are going to they're going to look at it a little bit differently than if a man said it. They're going to look at it with, only God knows what might have made her get to this point. Do you understand? When on a normal day, na mad person be na person we don't mad be this. On a if you want to look at it factual, if you want to look at it objectively, na person we don't crease. It always blows my mind when third wave and fourth wave feminists come online to scream about equal rights that they have never fought for in their entire life, to spew trash, men hating propaganda for that matter, all in the name of feminism. It blows my mind. If, for example, because what she's trying to use as an excuse is she's saying maybe there has been a woman in the past who got killed because maybe she refused to cook or something, or she got beaten up, right? If that is true, which I have never heard of, if that is true, you could easily have gone to quote a tweet about that and say, this man, if only this man was poisoned. I'm not saying that's good. I'm saying that's the only justification you could have. That, okay, you're targeting a predator. You're targeting, someone who's physically abusive. You're targeting that man. But for you to come on a very unrelated post, right, and say something like that, and this is never the first time. There was a time when she said, imagine a world without men. The way I'll be free and safe from all this bullshit. The world will never be a safe place, a safe space for women until this predator cease to exist. For you to come out, Nigeria is not even the most developed country, right? Okay, we're not developed in any way. Fine. We are underdeveloped, but like, for you to come out, like, you have to be extremely privileged to say something like this. You really have to. You have to. In a world built by men with their hands, in a world where the most important jobs and the least important jobs are championed by men, giving women the ability to pick and choose comfortable jobs to do. In a world like that, you come out and you say you wish men never exist. Man, I don't know. I think the next video you should watch is my old video called Ghanaian Feminist Says Being Wife Material is a Bad Thing. So click on the box on the screen or the second link in the description. Watch it and I'll see you guys in the next one. It go be.